Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, this is called Where's My Point and Shoot, and it's me talking about the experiences that I'm having as I develop a video production company. Today we're talking about something that there just never seems to be enough of, and that's storage. How much of it should you have? How should it be configured? And what do you do when it goes bad? Roll intro. EKH Media, as a specific division of my company, is brand new, but my experience with memory goes back way too far. Here we have two piles of drives. We have a couple of 4 terabyte drives which went when lightning hit our front yard. You might have heard us talking about the video that we did for Davis Cup. Well, the Final Cut files are on one of these. And a couple of probably 1 terabyte ones, some things which came out of computers. Here's what we've had that's ... the bed. And here's what we have which is still usable. But guess what? There is absolutely no doubt that one by one, this is going over here, and this is going over here, and this is going over here, and this is going over here. And pretty soon, it's going to take so much over here to equal over here. I feel like a guy who's digging a ditch, and I'm throwing the dirt over my shoulder, and I'm just throwing it into the ditch right back behind me. And I turn around and, oops, ditch is full, and all there is the little space where I'm standing. And that's right, I forgot to mention, we got a whole computer just devoted to storage of CDs. We had so many of them, we had to find a place to put it. And then we have another hard drive. I think I said something about picture drive. Yeah, here it is. So another terabyte devoted just to photos. They're just drive after drive after drive after drive. Lots and lots and lots of storage. And that's probably gonna die, and that's undoubtedly gonna die. We needed to find a way out of that problem. So what we chose to do was we chose to get ourselves a NAS, a network attached storage device. They make NASs in all kinds of sizes. They make ones which are significantly larger than this, and they make ones which are just kind of little 2-bay NASs that you can take around with you. Some video production companies might have, a little 4-bay NAS, and it goes out in the field so that each day at the end of the day they're taking the footage off of the various cameras and other recording devices and moving it onto a little portable NAS that they take with them. The one that we chose was the Synology 1817 Plus, which is an 8-bay NAS. So we can have up to 8 different drives in there and configure them in different ways. We happen to choose to populate it initially with 5 8 terabyte drives. So there's 40 terabytes worth of actual storage in here, but we don't have access to all 40 terabytes. And you might ask, why don't you put 40 terabytes in, you spent the money for 40 terabytes, why don't you have 40 terabytes, Dewey? Well, that's because we chose to set it up in a RAID 6. And what a RAID 6 does is it enables us to have 1 or 2 drives fail simultaneously, and we will not lose any of our data. We'll be able to take those 2 drives out and pop in 2 new working drives, and it will regenerate itself to where we have all of our data, haven't lost any. We felt like that was a good trade-off because we know from experience that drives will fail at some point in time. So what we ended up with was about 24 terabytes of data. But it also gives us 3 more where we can now add them 1 at a time. We can put all 3 in at once if we want. We can put 2 in. We can put smaller drives in those. We can put bigger drives. I guess I've seen them up to 12 terabytes. They have expansion modules, which take 5 additional drives, and you can add up to 2 expansion modules. And if one drive goes bad, we no longer have to worry about, can we get it out and put it in another enclosure, and does it work? And it's dead, it's dead. Send it away. Bury it in the backyard. We happen to choose drives which are made for NASs because they are on 24/7, the vibration between them and them running all the time. If you just bought regular drives like the ones which we have and are plugged into computers, they'll go bad pretty fast. The wear and tear on them will wear them out. We also chose this because it fit with some other things that we're doing. We recently bought an iMac Pro, and an iMac Pro has the ability to interface with 10 gigabit networking. And we will also have the ability within this, by installing another component, to be able to do 10 gigabit networking into this NAS, which will enable us to essentially edit 4K footage in real time. So there are lots of different ways to connect different devices to this. We can connect them through the RJ45 ports in the back. They're said 10 gigabit networking. There are multiple USB 3 things, so I can take a hard drive from someplace and plug it directly in, and through some of the functions that are available, have it automatically copy onto the NAS, or I can plug it in and actually have things on the NAS specific files copied automatically onto an external hard drive. So I could take that off just in case lightning hits the front yard again and the NAS goes boom. Have a way to have that footage off of the network so that it can be used, and we actually move it off site if I want to move it. Or I can take and I can move things right directly from here to the cloud. So there are lots of advantages to having a NAS. We're currently taking and moving all of our footage onto it, and all of our pictures onto it, and all of our media onto it. We can actually use this as a Plex server, and we can use it to stream media throughout the house to anybody on the network. So there are a lot of advantages to it. We think this is going to keep us going for a couple of years. Files are going to get bigger, storage requirements are going to become more, and we are undoubtedly going to grow out of this at some point in time, but it's not going to be anytime in the near future. So it was a good solution for us right now. I remember when they thought that you would never fill up a 40 megabyte hard drive. Yep, 40 mega, not gigabytes, not terabytes, but said you will never fill up this 40 megabyte hard drive ever. Well, I don't know too many things that are as small as 40 megabytes. I mean, maybe an individual picture at this point in time, maybe. So we feel better about our storage needs. We have what we need for the moment. We're not going to grow out of it anytime soon. We know that if 1 or 2 of the hard disks actually fails, we have a redundancy, and so therefore we will be able to replace those drives without losing any footage. A little bit of peace of mind. I love it. If this video was something that helped you, well, hit that like button. If you'd like to find out when we're putting out more, please subscribe. It is something which will help us as a channel. And well, hit that notification bell, because we're going to be doing these on a regular basis, and it will let you know when something new is coming out from Where's My Point and Shoot. I don't know where you are in your journey, but my journey has been really enjoyable, and it's going to keep being enjoyable. And I'm going to keep sharing it with you to help you, well, maybe not make some of the mistakes that I've made, and to let you have more fun with creating videos. So we'll see you soon. Peace.